Okay, so today we are going to address meeting up, dating up, and messing up or not messing up. How not to mess those things up. Um, you might be told, or you might have heard, or you might be thinking that, hey, if I invite a girl out, I should take her out or whatever like that. What should a first date look like? To me, if you've just met a girl and you've spent really little or no time with her, I think the first date should not be a date at all, especially if you're meeting a girl off of online dating. I think a first date should not be a date at all. The first date is not actually a date, just a meetup. What I mean by that, a meetup, meet for coffee, meet for an iced tea, go to Coffee Bean, Starbucks, whatever it is that your choice is. Meet at a one of these bakeries, places that has coffee and just little things like that. I would do that. If you want to go the extra mile to get a pastry or a piece of pie or whatever it is, I mean, if you want to do that, you can. But I would say a meetup something very simple. For one reason, you don't want to be stuck with this girl at a dinner, you know, in a restaurant. Whereas you might figure out in the first, you may figure out in a short period of time that you're not interested in this girl. Why would you want to be stuck at a dinner table with her? You're looking all over the place. Where's the server? I want to get the heck out of here. Why put yourself in that kind of predicament? For one, and also, why should you pay for this girl just to see if you're interested in her? You don't even know if you're interested in her yet. You should not be spending money on a girl. If you want to buy her the $2 coffee at Starbucks or whatever that is, that's fine. I would be very wary of a girl that has a problem with getting together with you on this basis. Then you know what? Then don't. If a girl's like, well, why we can't go to dinner and why? Because you're not doing it that way. Look, and you just tell her, I'm interested in just finding out if we even like each other or not. And then we'll take the next step after that, which might be dinner, or something more, prolonged type of thing. You can also invite her out to an event of some sort. A barbecue is a nice thing where your friends and people that you know are going to be there. That's cool. Um, just something really casual, you know. Um, I, on one occasion, had a female that was really pushing for the dinner. Now, being in fitness game, I eat my food on the schedule, right? And so by the time that we were going to get together, it was going to be past my dinner time anyway. So I'm like, you know, well, let's just get together after dinner, because I will have eaten dinner by 7 o'clock and we weren't going to meet up till like maybe 9 or whatever like that. Between 8 and 9, 8:39, whatever it was. And so, I mean, she was really insistent on really pushing for this dinner. She was just coming with rebuttals and whatnot like that. This is via text or via instant message or whatever it was. And I'm like, no, not happening. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, well, why don't we just let me know when you're available for dinner and let's get together then. I'm like, yeah, you keep waiting for that because it's never going to happen. I've worked at companies. One particular company I worked at was a high-end car company. And we had receptionists. Even in corporate world, you have a receptionist. You have a corporate building. You come in, and one thing I've noticed is I would occasionally talk to receptionists. And one thing you will notice, you ever notice if you work in the corporate world, if you work at anywhere where the receptionist is, you might notice a lot of receptionists will be wary of girls who have, or I would take notice at least of the fact that they had things that did not match their income, right? They had purses and shoes and things that just really were above their income level, you know. There were girls, especially here in Los Angeles, girls I knew of new acquaintances with that, you know, they crying broke and trying to get people to cover, you know, their what they pick, their food and beverages on a tab. Maybe if you were a group of people, they crying broke, but yet they're going on trips. You know, so it's like how do the girls I know make less money than the guys I know and they're going on more trips? Oh, can you figure that one out? So, how do girls that make very little money have expensive purses and shoes and things like that that just really don't go with their income? And I remember having on occasion some discussions with some of these girls, and they would bring up, yeah, I'm going out tonight with some guy, you know, it's like, right? And I'm like, and they would make faces like this. And so I'm like, why are you even going? Oh, I've never been to this restaurant before and blah, blah, blah. Like, and I'm like, aren't you more valuable? Shouldn't your time be more valuable than to just try to get into some restaurant that you wouldn't normally go to? It's just, it's, you know, compromising your integrity to spend time with some guy you really don't even want to be with just to go to this exclusive restaurant or place that maybe, you know, she would be too cheap to fork all over the dough to pay for herself. I mean, it's just, it's absolutely insane. So beware of that. A lot of these females will just trying to get free dinners or free, well, we already know they try to get free trips and free gifts and things like that. But even dinner to some really nice restaurants, I mean, is worth it for these women to just accept an invitation of a date to go out with you because you're going to take them to fill in the blank, or they're going to try to suggest. And also be wary of a girl that when you suggest a meetup place, they want to try to change the venue to somewhere there's more to their liking. The main thing should be that the girl should be about getting together with you. And she should be interested in getting to know you. And if she's more about the venue and like, oh, I like this place better, or this is my favorite, or blah, 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 and this and that, she's trying to switch things up, trying to take control of the situation. I mean, you know, you got to watch out for that. You know, it's not a positive sign. So don't let these girls push you into taking them out to dinner or spending any money on them at any place. Like, oh, why don't we get together at the Four Seasons? Like, no. And if they're not cool with it, then just let them kick rocks. You guys just gotta, you know, just let it be what it is. If the girl is not willing to come along correctly and show interest in you as a human being, and that doesn't come across as her number one priority, then just let her go.